Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of your podcast, guys. And in today's episode, I'm going to make some confessions, my friends, just to be super transparent with you guys. And I'm going to tell you the back end of my operations, all the struggles and everything, because, everything looks glamorous. I don't know if that looks glamorous actually from here, but I do have my fair share of challenges. And just yesterday, I was telling you that, hey, you know what? People are not really honest with you guys. They don't tell you everything. And so I'm going to tell you more. Okay. So anyway, here's the thing. The stuff that I'm going through right now, which again, it's a way of me to tell you that nobody has everything figured out. Everybody is scrambling. Everybody is trying to, everybody's on their own journey. And it's same for me. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm a very creative person. I like to create stuff. And that's what I need in a day. I need to learn something new or to create something. Okay. So that's basically what gets my juice pumping. And this can be a huge problem. Okay. Especially, look, if you're not established yet, it will be a huge problem. It will make so that it will be very hard for you to actually achieve anything because you're always going into one direction than the other and stuff like that, you know? So what I did is in the beginning, I focused on one specific thing. There was just this one thing that I was doing. And then I was able to grow it to a certain size and then kind of like systemize it and get rid of it. Okay. Well, get rid of it, meaning I don't have to do it. Now, here's the thing, because I've done this work, okay? It's because I've done that things are running in the background, that then I had the flexibility and I had the opportunity to go out and then be curious and then start, looking into things, okay? That gave me a lot of leeway, knowing that, dude, I already did the work for everything to run in the background. And so, me being a very creative person, I have learned so many different things. I'm looking at so many different things, So that's why a lot of people are like, dude, do you know everything? I'm like, dude, I just have a lot of time and I have passion for what I do. Okay. So, so I have this kind of like, option, right? But here's the thing. Now, this option, would and could prevent me from scaling the business to levels that someone who will just focus on this thing like 24/7 for 20 years will be able to achieve. Maybe not. Who knows, right? But there is a good chance that I'm like, yeah, this thing is working. Let me focus on something else. And then I sometimes actually lose touch with stuff that I built. And then I just automate it, and then I kind of like lose interest in it, and because it's just running, okay? And sometimes, I will distance myself so much from one business that one day I will wake up and I realize that, oh wow, the thing is, is in shambles because, one thing is, things change. If there's one thing that's guaranteed, it's change. So some business that was working like 2 years ago, last year, now the trend could have changed a little bit now. And so that's also one of the reasons why I build many businesses and automate them. So my system is I go in, I build a business, I automate that, then I replicate it a few times, and then I will build another one and replicate and stuff. So I have many of them. Also, I'll say for this reason, because I know that the ones that I built like 7 years ago, I'm not looking at them actively. And it could be that at some point after 6 years, 7 years, it just go down. And because I've built other ones, it just compounds and, compensates for attrition. Some of them will go down, something changes and stuff, So that is kind of like where my life is right now, in the sense that because I've done this, I have the opportunity and the possibility to do this. But it's very dangerous for someone like me to have the green light to go out and explore things, because, I just like learning and I'll go left and right. So what I've done recently is I decided that, hey, you know what? I will only focus on one thing, which is my mastermind. I have a mastermind where I teach people kind of like what I do, how I automate stuff, how I think and stuff, and how I build the businesses that I have, right? And so my thought process was, you know what? I'm going to focus on this mastermind. So instead of, so I'm not going to drastically change everything I'm doing. So let me try to explain. I'm a very creative guy. I like to learn. And every day I will learn stuff. I will create new automations and stuff. But the difference was that before I will create some automation or some new system. And now I will be like, oh, let me start another business and let me try to figure out who will want it. And then find the clients for this and set up a funnel and set up this and set up traffic for it and stuff like that. And so one idea was then sparking like, 10, 20 things that I had to do for that stuff. Okay. And so my thing was, I'm still going to keep doing this in, coming up with things and stuff. But my objective is going to be doing this for the mastermind so that I don't have to think about, oh, what market I should go in with this stuff, blah, 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 which makes it easier for me. I get to do what I love, which is creating stuff. And it removes, the confusion of, okay, what market, who's the target, okay? Now, that was the plan, okay? And lately, in the last couple of days, I have been a little bit struggling. So now, so maybe some of you it will sound familiar for some of you guys. So I'm in bed, and then in bed, I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do today. I have a clear image of what I need to do. I'm like, oh yeah. So you wake up, first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna do this, blah blah blah. When you get up, right? When you sit at the desk, and then I go and sit at my desk, and then go on. And I'm like, what is it that I was supposed to do here? And then now I look at a bunch of things that I have to do, and I'm like, oh, which one am I going to take? And that direction and that thing that I had in my mind that if I do this, then I'm good, then it's gone. And then there's a little bit of like analysis paralysis or something going on where I'm like, oh my God, what should I do? And because I have a lot of ideas, and right now with AI, that's the problem. I think I told you in a previous video. With AI, the problem is that there's so many opportunities that you can get distracted very easily. And so I have a lot of ideas that I know I can execute, and I have this like kind of like to-do list of, okay, I like this one, I like this one, I like this one. Now I'm making a selection of, okay, this one is going to improve my business. Okay, I'm not trying to do everything under the sun because otherwise I wouldn't do anything. So I have a list of, okay, this is really cool because it will help me with my branding. This is really cool because it will help me with that stuff. But recently I had more things that ended up on that to-do list than I can execute because on automation, it might look easy. When you get the automations, for example, when you get the automations from me, if you're in my mastermind, all you have to do is to import the damn thing, right? You don't know how long it took to build it, to test it, and to, find the right tools and stuff. And so now I have a few automations that I want to create that are piling up there. And I honestly thought I had everything figured out when I said, you know what? Everything I will do now is going to go to the mastermind, right? And it worked for a little while, but now my main thing is this: so these automations, they're designed for the people in my mastermind, but also there's a difficulty of, okay, which one do I need to pick based on the level at which the members are, right? So let's say, for example, if you are if you're in second grade, right, and you're studying mechanics. No, that's a terrible example. Okay, let's say you just decided that you want to be a mechanic, right? And they see like your second day, and then someone shows you this thing to build a rocket, like SpaceX, and go to Mars, right? So it is still for it's still mechanical stuff, but it's too advanced. Okay. And so the difficulty for me now is when I'm looking at these automations, I find them so cool. I'm like, oh man, this thing is so cool because XYZ, blah, blah, blah. But they might be cool at the level where I am right now, where if someone is at a different stage where they're just starting out and stuff, that might be way too complex for them. They might be like, dude, yeah, it's cool, but I don't need that, right? And so I have to find this balance between putting together something like stupidly cool that goes out and pumps out hundreds of pieces of content every day and stuff, and putting something for people who like, nah, you know what, I don't have that much content, I don't necessarily put out that much content and stuff. So it's kind of a battle. But the main thing is, like, in the last 3-4 days, I'll say, it had been the struggle of I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I sit at my desk and I had a plan. The second you sit at your desk, you do this, right? And bam. Okay. So now I think there's an easy solution for this. Not that I think, I know, is in order to combat this, I actually built some like a dashboard for like task management and stuff. These things are super efficient, right? But I've never been, and I think you should use one, okay? But in my thing, I've never actually gotten into the habit of using this stuff. I know the benefits of it. So I built this whole thing. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to have everything laid out there. I know exactly what I have to do. I put the date and then I have reminders and stuff, but I still haven't used the damn thing. So I need to do a better job of documenting. So right now, my documentation process for what I have to do is I send myself an email. Okay. And the thing is, I send myself a lot of emails during the day, but then I have a whole bunch of other emails that come in, and then these things are lost. Okay. And so my automation, because I did not want to change my habits, this is a habit that I have. I'm like, oh, let me send myself an email, was to make sure that if I send myself an email, so I'm the sender and the recipient, then an automation will kick in and it will send it to my task management. So I don't have to change my habits, but now I have a dashboard with what I have to do. Okay. So now I think my plan is I need to integrate AI in this stuff and train an AI to be able to see what is the email that I sent myself, what type of task it is, trying to determine the priority and the severity of this thing based on the text. So I need to train the AI to say, okay, this is important, this is not really and stuff. This is personal. So just making a distinction between personal and work stuff is already going to save me a lot of time. And so now I will have something that works, okay? But yeah, these are kind of like the struggles, the things I'm going through right now. Because again, I have the luxury of having time and option. And I have the curse or good or blessing of being curious and loving what I do, and being passionate and curious, right? And so now I end up in a system where people tell me, like, you have systems, you have automations. Why is it that you're still working? Because I'm in the lab all day, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't go to the beach very often. I go to the beach maybe once a year. The beach is like 10 minutes from here, right? So I'm just in a lab. I'm doing my stuff, and yeah, I love my life. So that's why I was saying yesterday. Some of you guys wouldn't like it. They were like, dude, this guy's always in the labs, always doing stuff. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to be a little bit transparent. And some of you guys might be like, hey, you know what? I think we're in the same boat. Martin has the same problems that I have, and we all have the same problems. We're all trying to fix them. I'm not perfect. I'm trying to get better every single day. And yeah, that's pretty much it then. My system to manage all these tasks. We'll see how that goes. All right. So that's pretty much it. Thank you very much. I will see you in the next video. Bye.